Well, I told you I was a creative, but I did not really expect that I was going to start having ideas after shaving my head, um, that to create things, but I am. I created a turban out of a shirt, and look at that, just a little, and you're sassy. Well, I thought I did cut my hair to a point where I had some locks enough to save. And I thought, well, you know, whenever I wore a hat or anything, I always tried to have a little bit of hair stick out because then I looked like I had hair, which I didn't have a whole lot, but something stuck out and it made it feel on purpose. But I thought, what if I did a little band so that something like this or the wraps I've got coming are going to have just a little something tucked out. So I have the cap. Here's the little wig cap that they cover your hair to get your hair tucked in. I cut off a piece, and so I'm gonna sew these little strands onto that band, and then I can tuck it. I can just like put that on and tuck it underneath a wrap, a hat, whatever. And so I'm going to see if I can actually attach this to a base to be able to do that. And I'm going to try to film it, but I'm going to say that I am a creative, not in tech form. I don't know tech, so these will be very plain, potentially, videos until I learn. Actually, this is a new phone with all new stuff, so I'm just learning how to even do YouTube videos. So all the little bells and whistles and cute things that it can do, I'm not there yet. Hopefully one day, but I'm gonna see if I can actually show you and maybe speed up the process. That would be a trick. And so let's see what happens. So I've already gotten some of these little hair strands worked into this band that I'm gonna try to capture the hair ends like a little sandwich, fold over of the band, and see how much I can keep together. Ta-da! Okay, well, now let's see what it looks like if it goes on my head. Okay, here we go. It might have tightened up from being sewn. I'm not sure how comfortable because I did not like this band to start with, so I might use a looser bit. Okay, well, it resembles what I had before. So, and I can always cut this and curl it with the curl iron. Oh, see, a few strands are falling out. So I may have to sew it one more time to capture as much as possible. But here's the tell. Putting I oftentimes do with what I'm doing. Then give it a little zhoosh. Just lift that up and stick that in. How cute. How cute are we? Okay, we're in day 4 and I'm exfoliating again before I shower. And this product, oh, it's backwards, sorry. Galactomy Enzyme Peeling Gel. I will put this in the comments or in the description. And it's just, this I've been using on my face, but you just put a little, that's way more than I need. But look at these, look at all this. And this is after I did this on Sunday. And you just roll it, and honestly, you like don't, it's not the cream that you see that is just getting gooey. It is literally where it goes in and peels off the dead skin. And this is dead skin since Sunday. Since I've been, I guess, treating it, and it has a minute to come to the surface. It is, oh my God, look at that. Holy smokes. That's like a whole layer of skin, and that's, I know it's what's been blocking my hair from growing. Like, I just know this is gonna change the game. I just know it. But that relief of a layer of unhealthy skin, that's just awesome. Okay, well, I'm here a week after having shaved my head. So this is 1 week of growth and evolution, and I'm actually really pleased. I think there is, I mean, I can feel it. It feels really cool. It's one of those very bizarre, tactile, satisfying things. And I just rub and rub and rub. But it's starting to fill in where there were, look patchy. I could feel the hair, but it looked patchy. But I am interested in this very bizarre color pattern that's happening here. I've got some dark concentrated spots, and then there's some speckly dark odd hole like this, and this is sensitive. I think that might be where I hit my head with an iron, or an iron fell on my head. So I think there's some spots that are there because of other things, and that might be one. I'm starting to fill into a point where there's a dent right here, pretty significant, that shows in the earlier video, and then this protrusion. So I know everybody's got a misshapen head. Mine feels very misshapen, but apparently it's not. Apparently other people think I'm got a good shaped head, but there's a flatness here, there's a dent here, there's a protrusion here. And so all that was very apparent. And now that it's starting to become like, I don't know, is it a 1/4 inch yet? It's starting to kind of level off those spots. So it does not make me as shocked when I see myself anymore. What I have been doing is using the tea tree conditioner with a sprig of rosemary, which my daughter gave me a little heads up that she got, I don't know, on an Instagram, a TikTok, something, where somebody said their best hair growth was literally just putting a sprig of rosemary in their conditioner. And so that's all I'm using as conditioner when I shower. So I've been using that. I have been sitting with my trusty face mask, but as a helmet. So this particular one has red light, has seven different lights, and which feels really good while I'm watching TV or whatever. And it's supposed to stimulate the skin in various ways. So that has been a constant. I use my red light wand on occasion, but this actually takes care of it easier. It's kind of weird the way it rolls over my head with the wand. My friend reminded me of castor oil. I had used that at a point because it was a remedy for hair that was fine and not growing. And so I got the black castor oil. That was the one that was the most recommended. Let me just say this about that. Don't put that on your hair. You will not get it out. It's like tar. And for someone that had thin, fine hair that was oily as it was, oh my God, what a freaking nightmare. My friend was reminding me of castor oil being a remedy or treatment, but she cuts it with jojoba oil. So that definitely changed the game. And then I added rosemary mint. You can, I happen to have a rosemary mint essential oil. Been recommended to use a peppermint oil and a rosemary oil. So I just had some jojoba oil part way, put the rest with the castor oil and added that. So that goes on at night. And then I just do a little massage. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. And it is, it actually feels great. And then I just sleep in that. So I thought I was going to have to sleep in a wrap, but it actually absorbs pretty well. And I've been doing various head wraps and whatnots, but I keep it unwrapped as much as possible to breathe. It is snowing and freezing here, so I go back and forth between wearing hats and whatnot. So we'll look more into that as we go. And I have to be out in public because right now I'm just safe and protected in my family's home and they love me and they don't care that I walk around with no hair. So this is the update for this week. Week 1.